And welcome back. It's New Comic Book Day. There's some fun stuff here. It's not a huge week, but it's there's a couple of things. Just a reminder that I will be closed Sunday. It's a family day for us. So get your shopping in by Saturday and we'll be fine. But let's take a look at the new comics. Alien King Killer. New Alien, probably mini-series. 2 covers. And 3 covers. Avengers Epic Collection. This is back around issue 250, I believe, of the original run. Basically, where we make, and it's called Absolute Vision, we make Vision sort of the king of the world, sort of. And it leads to big story things for the Vision in the future, some of which have been touched on in the Disney Plus series. Batman by Matt Fraction. Still loving this book. 2 covers there. So the second printings of Absolute Batman is number 15, I think. Let's just cheat. 16. And Absolute Wonder Woman, they came out on a previous week, but the foils just finally showed up. So there's going to be foils. I'm going to stick them with the Absolute books, not leave them with the new comics. Batman Beyond Unlimited Compendium. This collects like 3 different Batman Beyond series and a couple of extra little things. I would call this sort of the second volume of Batman Beyond, if you will, in comics. Batman Dark Patterns. This collects the entire 12-issue series that got a ton of good press. It has 3 complete 4-part stories in it. And you sort of, from the sound of it, you really didn't need to know a whole lot beyond what was given to you. So this is one of the places where Hayden Sherman, the artist for Absolute Wonder Woman, got big recognition, and then, of course, got Absolute Wonder Woman. Batman Superman and a Siren. We're going to give that just a second. But Batman... Okay. Batman Superman. And 2 covers there. Bizarro, year 1. Well, year none, because it's Bizarro. And there's a bunch of covers. Hey, that's Weird Al. Briar Knight's Terror. Captain Marvel Dark Past, also written by Paul Jenkins, who returned to Sentry on a previous week recently. So I'm looking forward to giving this a shot. If you didn't know, Captain Marvel in a previous incarnation was Binary. It hung out with the X-Men a lot. Should be all the covers there. Comics, the magazine, issue 2, this time focused a little on Battle Beast from the Invincible world. Savage Sword of Conan. Daredevil gets a new series, new number 1, written by Stephanie Phillips. 2 covers. 3 covers. A lot of street noises today. Second printing of Wade Wilson Deadpool, number 1. And then Deadpool April Fool's Day. 2 covers. 3 covers. 4 covers. Hey, it's Death's Head. Well, Head. Doctor Strange. The Eternals 50th anniversary special. I really did enjoy the Eternals when I was younger. I feel like they've been done a little dirty over the years. But I also enjoyed them as a side hustle, not as mainstream in your face. So hopefully that'll be a fun read and just a touch on what's come. Gargoyles Darkwing Duck. Gaston continues. Ghost Machine, the official guidebook for the Unnamed. This is, I want to say this is a 4-part series that really is just a guidebook. It just lists and talks about characters and probably events too. And a couple of covers. G.I. Joe Volume 3. This covers the Dreadnought War. This is from the Energon universe, of course. And then G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Silent Missions, featuring the Baroness. The plus about this is Joelle Jones. I very much enjoy her work. The Girl Who Draws on Whales. This is a young adult graphic novel in a world after a cataclysmic flood. The legends, the long form stories are found on the backs of whales, and a girl and her sister or her brother get caught up in a war that has nothing to do with them, and somehow the whales will factor in. I hope to read this soon. Godzilla, Green Arrow, Volume 5, I think. It's for Tony, and Tony knows. Tony thinks it's funny when I call him out. That collects the last few issues of that series. DC Finest, Justice League of America. This is the beginning of the Justice League, packaged in one of these chunky volumes. A great way to read old stuff that you can't afford individually. JSA, and I think it's the last part of chapter of year 1, but I could be mistaken about that. Lion King. And then 3 K-pop Demon Hunters releases. Official Deluxe Junior Novelization includes 16-page full-color insert. The movie and comics. That format used to be pretty popular with the kids' stuff. And then Official Activity Book. Last Witch, Blood and Betrayal. Hey, Lion King's in 2 places. That's pretty funny. It's good times in Tim's head. Mad About DC. It's hard to tell. There we go. Basically, DC creators doing the mad thing on DC properties. Magic the Gathering Untold Stories Jace finally starts. Dark Horse's Magic the Gathering run so far has been a little slow. Nightmare Before Christmas, The Shiver of Christmas Town, and 2 covers there. Pet Placement Society, again, that's a graphic novel for the youngins, and their job is to find homes for wayward pets. Poison Ivy, and 2 covers there. Sacrificers. Sorcerer Supreme, this was actually a previous week released, and I sort of hid them from myself. And there's 2 covers there. Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider. Star Wars Legacy of Vader, Volume 2, that collects the second half of that series. Supergirl, Misadventures in Midvale, that's Volume 1, also for Tony. Absolute Superman, and 2 covers there. I just started the second volume of Absolute Superman, and it makes more sense now as I remember some of my comic history, and I'm still not sold on Absolute Superman, but I have a slightly better understanding of it now. So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Godzilla, Tyler Rake, an Extraction story. I believe they're Netflix movies. I believe there's 2, but I could be mistaken about that too. Netflix movies, Extraction, came from a comic called Extraction. And now the original creator, Andy Parks, the original writer, has come back to comics with more Extraction stories. This happens in the past, I believe. Ursula. Venom, still part of Death Spiral. Walking Dead Deluxe. Logan, Black, White, and Blood. Wonder Man gets a new, we assume, miniseries. Just saw that the second season of the Disney Plus show has been set, although I think there wasn't a date yet, but it's happening. And that's the other foil from the Absolute Wonder Woman second printing, featuring the Batman crossover, and X-Men. And then we come over here for one more thing. Invincible Omnibus 1. They're, of course, re-releasing because that's what Kirkman does. He is a master of re-releasing things. But for this time through, he's actually doing something a little extra special. We saw the facsimile edition of Marvel Team Up number 14 a few weeks ago, which featured Invincible and Spider-Man together. For the first time, that issue's being collected in an Invincible collection. And this omnibus contains 48 issues of Invincible, plus that Marvel Team Up, plus an issue of the Pact, which it's probably not necessary for you to have read that, and then another story. It's because Kirkman can. That's why these things happen. But also, it does seem like more of the companies are being a little more flexible with those sorts of things these days, and I appreciate that for the readers and for the fun of it. So that is everything this week. If you see something you like, let me know. I will try and get it for you. Subscribers, pick up your books, especially you late folks. And again, Sunday closed. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon.